Welcome to Local SEO in 10. This is your go-to podcast for answers about how you can grow your local business online easily and quickly. Brought to you by local SEO experts Magnified Media in Walnut Creek, California. In each 10-minute episode, our digital marketing expert Adam Duran answers your questions on how you can get more leads for your business fast. Remember, if you're not taking care of this part of your business right now, you can bet your competitors are. And now, here's our host with the questions, Jamie Duran, and our expert with the answers, Adam Duran.
Hello, Adam.
Hey, Jamie.
All right. How's your week going?
It's going wonderfully. Very, very fast. This week went by. Woo.
Could not agree more. Flew right by.
Yeah.
Last week drug by like it was 4 weeks, and this week feels like 2 days.
It's just, I know, maybe it's just cooler here where I'm at.
All right. Okay.
It's only 90 degrees in my office. All right. So cooler than last week. Woohoo!
Whew, sounds like you need a referral to a HVAC company.
Maybe. No.
All right.
I'm okay.
Well, let's talk about this week's topic.
All right. This one was actually inspired by some recent client calls we've had. We just want to make sure that you know how to make sure that agency that you've hired or are thinking of hiring, you want to make sure that they're doing their job, right? They're doing what they said they were going to do for you. And we wanted to give 3 easy ways that you can check on your own. And that way, you can kind of build more trust with that agency or not, right? Depending on how they treat you, et cetera. So a lot of it is trust. You're working with that agency that, maybe you had one point of contact at that agency and now that person's gone. Anything that kind of takes away the trust, that's something that, unfortunately happens. And we don't want that to happen.
All right.
Okay?
Yep.
All right. So quickly, we're just going to go through the top 3 for me, which is number 1 is communication. Number 2 is reporting. And number 3 is meetings. So the first one, communication. This for me is the most important, right? The most important because this is how I run our company. And that is if a client emails me, guess what I do?
Email back.
Hey, that's right. If they text me, guess what I do?
You call them right back.
No, I text them right back. And if they call me, yes, of course, I will pick up the phone and I'll talk to them. Now,
you won't just email or text them back?
No, sometimes I will call them back if I'm on the phone with another client. But basically, I understand that things happen. We want to make sure that you're responsive. And if your agency isn't being responsive, that should whittle away at that level of trust, right? You're not very important to them, and that can suck, right? So of course, I think all of us have been on the other end of that, where you call, you email, or you text, and then there's no response. That really does hurt, and then gets you questioning, why do I want to pay this place? Yeah.
It is amazing how many companies have a contact us, fill out this form, and you fill it all out,
Totally.
and then no response, and then you call them, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we never check that." That's my favorite.
Or you call them, go through the phone tree, you've typed in your account number 3 times, and then the person says, "We're going to need your account number."
Oh, well, and then I say, "Well, why?" I put it in. They're like, "Oh, security reasons."
That's right.
Huh.
COVID.
Staffing issues.
Yes.
Short staff.
Oh boy. Well, so everybody's had those experiences. So, when I try to pick a vendor for our company, or, in my private life, of course, it's all, I do use that metric, the know, the like, and the trust. And if I know them, like them, and trust them, I'm comfortable giving my money to them. If it's one of those 3 that they're falling down on, then yeah, I'm looking for somebody else usually, unfortunately. That's the way it works. All right. So if you have an agency that's not responsive, then maybe you should think about moving on, right?
Yeah, that's
All right.
kind of a good indicator. If they're not interested in before the transaction happens, probably not going to be even, the level of interest is not going to increase after you've paid them.
No, it's weird. All right. Next one, reporting, right? The reporting that you're going to get from that agency is really, really important. You don't want them to be um, giving you proprietary reporting, meaning that, for example, for our company, we have Google Search Console and Google Analytics are part of our reporting. We don't hide those reports from the client. We don't make our agency the only conduit to that reporting, to that platform that we can create reports from. I've seen countless examples where a client comes to us and they come with a Google Ads account that an agency created for them, but they have no access to it. The only access they've ever been given to it is screenshots of it. And that means when someone else is controlling that information, probably not a good idea, right? You need transparent access to everything, or as much as possible anyway. If it's a paid tool, then that might be difficult. But if it's an unpaid tool like Google Search Console or Google Ads or Google Analytics, these platforms all have ways to add managers, add owners, add admins. So you should be those, and you should be able to get access to those directly, not through the agency. Okay.
Got it. Yep.
Yeah. It's my mouth drops because what happens is, especially for Google Ads accounts, we've seen that where a company's been running Google Ads for 2, 3, 10 years with another agency, and then they want to make a switch, and then that agency says, "Yeah, no problem," and then that company has to try and rebuild those ads accounts. And Google Ads it's a learning platform. And so when you start over, that learning curve has to be done again by that algorithm. And so you've paid for that time, but yeah, you don't get access to that account. That's bad.
Completely agree. And it sounds like, when you're having your taxes done, if the first thing the CPA has you sign is a power of attorney, that's kind of a red flag.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Make sure that, you have all ownership of that stuff. So then the other part of the reports, you want to have them tracking actual metrics that matter to your business, right? Phone calls to it, visits to your website, how long they're staying on your website, where they're coming from, backlink reports that show how many other websites are linking to yours. These are all signs of authority, right? So we want to make sure that that agency is growing those metrics. And, if there's a Google update that happens, those metrics can dip, they can suffer. And Google updates are happening, they happen quite frequently, and some of them are major. And when they happen, it's always nice to hear from your agency and to let you know, hey, Google's having this update. It's going to affect these kind of sites. So that way, that they're, on top of it. And if they're not, then that's also maybe a red flag.
Sounds ominous, but okay.
Yeah, it happens. As we speak, there's one coming up next week. And this could be in 2010 right now that we're recording this. But it's actually, Google is constantly being updated, their search algorithm, and it's always trying to get better, in quotes. So sometimes great sites can get caught up in that better version, and they can suffer sometimes. So making sure that your agency knows that, is on top of it, and responsive to it is really important. All right.
Makes sense. Yeah.
All right.
Good.
Last one I wanted to go are the meetings, right? So meetings nowadays, you don't have to meet in person for this kind of stuff, of course. So online, it's always nice to have a meeting with someone at the company who can explain the metrics to you and answer your questions. If they can't answer a question and they answer it by saying, "I don't know, but I'll check on that," that's a good thing, right? So making sure that the person who's handling your account is the same person, that's always nice. It's a really bad sign if if you have monthly meetings set up and every meeting is a new person. That's not good.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And if they don't know a lot of stuff, then that should be a red flag too, right? They should be on top of your account. They should be knowing what's going on, and then what why stuff's happening and why stuff's not happening, right? They should always have those answers for you in those meetings. And it's another trust thing, right? If they seem like they don't know what's going on, if they don't know what they're doing, then yeah, you should be raising your hand and saying what's going on.
Yeah, this brings me back to a meeting that I had recently where a younger person, a younger feller with a ponytail and a bun and fancy glasses was. We sat down and he said, "So, what is your name again? What's your company?" And I was like, "Okay, I know this is my last payment to you guys. Goodbye." And I just left.
Oh boy!
If they don't, if they're not even going to take 2 minutes to prepare for a meeting, that's pretty. It wasn't your company, though.
For me, it's the guy who goes.
Okay, bro.
Let me look that up.
Yeah. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, enough complaining.
I don't like the choo guy. I don't know. Why do you need to choo me? Oh,
filling time, but yeah.
Yes.
I have a suggestion as a business owner of how you can check to see how things are going.
Sure.
Is when you get a call or an email or a text message, like you mentioned, "Hey, how'd you hear about us?" And if it's never Google, and if it's never your online presence, then that is a pretty good indicator. But if you are getting 2, 3, 10, 20 people a day that said, "Hey, I saw your reviews on Google, or I saw your, I did a search for best whatever company in my area, and yours was number one," then that is a really good indicator you've picked a good company. So that's,
all right, that's it. We're gonna wrap it up there, Jamie. Good job.
All right, good. Okay.
That's your cue.
Yeah, I know you're gonna close. Okay, so so. What company are you again? And so if you have a company or someone who has a company and they are struggling with their online presence and their online results, more importantly, definitely send this podcast over to them, or play your phone so they can hear it, and then you can subscribe for them so they can listen to Local SEO in 10 once a week for 10 minutes, and then they can share it with another friend. We don't advertise or anything like that. It's all by word of mouth. So we really appreciate you spreading the word and helping your fellow business owner get the most out of their online presence. And if you did appreciate this podcast, if you can leave us 5 stars, thumbs up, or just share the podcast through the platform, that we really appreciate that too. And we will talk to you next week. Oh, one more thing. If there's a topic in local SEO that you are interested in, go to our website, magnifiedmedia.net, click the search bar, type in that topic. If it is there, go ahead and listen. And if not, send us a message on LinkedIn or Facebook at Local SEO in 10, and we will try to get to that question in an upcoming episode. All right. Thank you very much, Adam.
See you later.
That's all for now. Thanks for listening to this episode of Local SEO in 10 with Google local marketing expert Adam Duran. Join us each week for answers to your questions on how to best harness the power of the internet to grow your business. Speaking of questions, got some? Message us through our Facebook page, Local SEO in 10, and we'll be sure to give you your answer on an upcoming episode. This episode of Local SEO in 10 is brought to you by Magnified Media, the leading online marketing agency in Northern California, who invite you to grow your business by magnifying your online visibility and credibility. Visit them on the web at www.magnifiedmedia.com. Magnify your business, magnify your profits.